Howdy folks, hope you're enjoying your weekend and welcome back to Casual Saturday with the mighty Jingles, and I've been playing something new the last couple of days.
Come as you are, as a friend, as an old enemy. Take your time, hurry up. Choice is yours, don't be late.
Well, when I say I've been playing something new, I mean it's new to me. As you can see, it's been out for over a year, but I'd never heard of it. Which is surprising, considering somebody has spent a lot of money on this game. Only it's not just a game. Apparently it's also a TV miniseries that's also been out a year and a half, which completely passed under my radar. But a couple of days ago this popped up in my Steam Discovery queue and it was on a Midweek Madness sale, so I watched the intro video. When I started recognising faces, I thought, wait, isn't that him from X-Men? And oh wow, that's him from Game of Thrones, and oh look, that's the guy from The Wire, and come to think of it, the guy from Game of Thrones was also in The Wire, and wait, isn't that a Hobbit? So I thought, you know what, I'll take a look. Now, I should probably apologise in advance if you're not much into pop culture and you've never seen Lord of the Rings, The Fringe, X-Men, The Wire or Game of Thrones, because if that's the case you're going to have no idea who I'm talking about, but bear with me. So, we're going to cut a very long story short here. The game begins where Iceman from the X-Men has been called back to Riverport University, where his old buddy Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones is conducting some kind of top secret experiment for Monarch Industries, who are being protested by the students at the university because they want to knock the old library down and turn it into a research centre or something. Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones has called Iceman from X-Men to the university because he needs his help to talk his brother round into coming back on the project, and of course Iceman from X-Men's brother is none other than Merry Brandybuck from Lord of the Rings. So what's this top secret project that Merry Brandybuck and Peter Baelish have been working on? Well, they've cracked the secret of time travel. Or at least they think they have. It's in the experimental stages at the moment. But today, highly illegally, Peter Baelish is going to have you help him run the first practical experiment. And of course it all goes horribly, horribly pear-shaped.
Paul, what? How?
It's fine. It's okay. Stay calm, Jack.
Stay calm. There's two of you. You just fucking multiplied.
This is exactly what was supposed to happen. He's me, a future version of me from 2 minutes in the future. Your evil future self. We did it! Fucking incredible. I mean, just imagine the implications. We could warn people about disasters before they happen, cure diseases before they spread. I just had this conversation. Still sounds good second time.
Jesus Christ.
Now go into the machine. You need to complete the cycle. Yeah. Yes. Of course.
Wait, Paul, what are you doing?
It's all a big loop, Jack. I need to enter the machine and travel back to the moment I exited the machine in order to, well, be here.
And what if you don't?
There is no what if. I'm here, it's already happened. You saw it, Jack. We did it.
Oh, that's impossible. That's literally impossible. I mean, I can't even...
There's no time to stop now. We need to test the other direction. Set the machine to 5 minutes to the future.
Now remember, if everything is going according to plan and you want to screw it up beyond all comprehension, just introduce a Hobbit into the measure. Enter Dominic Monaghan, Merry Brandybuck from Lord of the Rings.
Jack. Will? You have to help me with this. We have to shut this thing down now.
No, stop him!
Shut up!
Hold
Damage
on.
the core!
Hold on. We can't shut it down. Paul's still in there.
Shut up!
Look
Shut
at me.
up!
Look at me. Put the gun down and we can talk. Okay?
No, there's no time.
You're not thinking straight. Put the gun down. Jesus Christ, Will.
Time is going to end. Jack, you have to trust me.
Or what? No, I gotta let you out.
Okay. No.
Now we have a bit of a good news, bad news situation. Good news, the experiment worked. The bad news, it didn't send Peter Baelish 5 minutes into the future. But don't worry, he's going to be back. Or perhaps he's already back. Or perhaps he's been back for years. Oh, time travel. Anyway, Iceman from the X-Men has slightly more immediate problems, however, because the evil corporation that's been funding Peter Baelish's project is sending its evil security forces in to close down the area, but thanks to your exposure to time radiation, you've developed a couple of abilities. Well, it beats getting bitten by a radioactive spider any day of the week.
Jack. You just... What just... Go. This way. Move.
That was the first time my power started to manifest. An out-of-control burst of energy that saved Will.
It's not Will, damn it. It's Merry from Lord of the Rings. Well, anyway, to cut an increasingly long story short, upon leaving the building, you once again run into Peter Baelish. Except he looks a little bit older than when you last saw him. About 17 years older, in fact.
Paul?
Jack, we gotta go.
Hold on.
I'm sorry, Jack.
Paul, what happened to you? What are you doing?
Only what's necessary.
Think about this. You don't know what's at stake.
I know exactly what's at stake. That's why I'm here. You believe you can stop what's coming? I'm giving you one chance to change your mind. This path, it's already said it can't be changed. The past, the future, I've seen it. I've lived it. For 17 years.
17 years. It was you, the first experiment.
Come with me and we can see this through. Or hold on to your hope and burn with it.
Now listen, I built a device. I can stop this. I can.
You can't.
This is madness. There's no harm in trying.
There is. That's why I can't risk you opposing me, Will. It doesn't have to end like this.
We can't just let this happen. I'll never stop trying.
It took me years to come to terms with what must be done. But we don't have years.
Wait.
Trigger. I never wanted this.
And that, boys and girls, is the plot setup for Quantum Break, and if you thought that was mildly confusing, you ain't seen nothing yet, because the plot does get a lot more complicated. And the story is told through a combination of gameplay and full motion video, which I suspect was lifted more or less directly from the 4-part TV miniseries that accompanied the game. But they've managed to tie it into the gameplay pretty well. I'll show you what I mean. You see, at various points throughout the game, you're going to come across what they call junction points, and when you make a decision at one of these junction points, it's going to radically alter how the game plays from that point on. This is the first example.
Because I've seen where this leads. I've seen where it all ends.
Yes, that is Lance Reddick. Yes, he was in Lost. Yes, he was in John Wick. Yes, he was in The Wire. And yes, he was in Fringe.
You're due for your treatment. I'll find who's behind this.
Find Jack. That's our priority. Get your best man on it.
There's more. As you know, Jack's level of interference led to unexpected complications. Witnesses from the university were transported here. You need to take a look. We can't afford any further obstacles at this stage of the plan. Now, I see two options. We could use force, remove any loose ends. But if those witnesses disappear,
The public will start asking questions. Potentially turn on Monarch.
All clear, sir.
Alternatively, I could mount a broad PR strategy, get the city on our side.
Mr. Serene?
But that leaves us with
The loose ends.
Precisely. The choice is yours, but keep in mind, the men will view your decision as a unified strategy moving forward.
I want this delivered to my office.
What is it?
A reminder. How long until the core is ready for transport?
It'll be en route to Monarch headquarters in less than an hour. Installation should be complete before the gala.
Good. It was the first time I'd visited the Ground Zero operation in ages. The location I'd arrived in when I went 17 years back in time. The location where my fate was sealed 6 years ago. We had Jack in custody, but I was starting to witness visions from the future which made it clear that could change very soon.
Sir,
Who is this?
Amy Ferrero. She's one of the witnesses. Awaiting your orders on how to proceed.
So this is your first junction point, and at the moment you're controlling Peter Baelish from Game of Thrones, but the decision that he makes right now is going to affect how the game plays when you're controlling Iceman from the X-Men.
Worsened. I could choose a path that would become the actual future, but it wasn't optional. The moment wouldn't end until I made up my mind.
So your choice here is, are you going to use force to silence all of the witnesses, or are you going to use the media to discredit them and turn them against each other?
Initialize a PR campaign.
I want to stay.
And that violence was because of Jack Joyce.
Monarch would take a PR-friendly approach and manipulate the public into siding with us. Our lies would give us control.
The manhunt continues as authorities search for Jack Joyce.
Hey, somebody's sneaking around down there. Hey! I think that's Jack Joyce!
We'd use the media to expose, then hunt for Jack.
I uploaded all the files I stole on that USB stick from the Monarch security station.
But the eyewitnesses would be out there, and Jack would learn our secrets.
Option 1, the soft approach. How about option 2?
Any potential threats to our plan need to be erased.
Wait!
Monarch would take a hardline approach. Crush all obstacles, eliminate all witnesses. It would be harsh. but I had made hard choices for the greater good before.
I dug through the area and I found everything I could on your bro. This is messed up, man. I trusted Monarch.
But the people of Riverport would turn against us. Our secrets would be safe, but the public would hate us, and Jack would gain new allies.
Monarch's got no authority to stop you, and you tell that to everybody on that bridge.
I decided I was going to go for the PR approach. Interestingly, 75% of the people that play Quantum Break made the same choice.
We can't risk any unwanted attention. Convince the witnesses not to talk. Keep eyes on them and send them home. Initialize a PR campaign. We need the city on our side.
Not this one. She's the head of the anti-monarch movement. I think we're looking at the new face of our campaign.
It's at this point where Quantum Break gets a bit funny. And I mean funny peculiar, not funny ha-ha. Because from here on in, I was treated to a full half hour of full motion video, which I suspect was lifted straight from the TV miniseries that accompanied the release of the game. Now, you don't have to watch any of it. You can skip the whole thing, if you so wish. I suspect a lot of people will skip the video, because there is a lot of it. And let's face it, you don't buy a computer game in order to watch a TV show. But if you have already seen the TV show, then you've probably already seen all this full motion video. And like I said, it's completely optional. You don't have to watch any of it. You're not going to miss anything if you decide to skip it. But it is pretty good, and it does have Lance Reddick in it, and he's awesome, so I watched the whole thing. What the full motion video does is complement the story that's revealed to you through the gameplay sections. It expands on it. There's nothing shown in the full motion video that you won't find out from just playing the game. But it's just there to expand on it and offer a little bit more background. And it is pretty good. The last part of the video ties into where you last saw Iceman in the actual gameplay, unconscious, handcuffed, and being bundled into the back of a truck.
Liam, this isn't what it looks like.
Fuck, Beth. I really didn't want it to be you.
You need to listen to me.
Step away from the van. Step away! Right now! Drop the gun.
I can't do that.
You've 3 seconds till I pull.
I have better reflexes.
And you're a marksman for shit.
No.
Where did the guns go? What dark sorcery is this? Well, as soon as the gameplay resumes, you find out.
You were secured, unconscious.
Will?
Liam Burke went to retrieve you, and you were gone. How?
Sleepwalking.
Step away! Right now! You've 3 seconds till I pull.
I have better reflexes.
And you're a marksman.
We know Beth Wilder assisted you in some manner.
Then I'm guessing you know the rest.
No, because everybody who saw what you did next is now dead.
I didn't have a clue where I was. Why?
I have to admit,
Never
I
questioned it because it
really
didn't
do
feel
like
real.
Quantum Break. I
Still
like the
waiting to
story,
wake up.
it's clever. And I like the characters. I like that the bad guys aren't just cardboard cutout villains. Well, some of them are. But most of them, they're not quite as simple as that. They're doing bad things, but they're doing bad things because they think it's the right thing to do. Or they're doing bad things and they don't like that they're doing bad things, and then they become good guys. Or do they? That's the thing about the game. It does keep you guessing. It does keep asking questions. And sometimes the answers aren't quite what you might expect them to be. There is a lot to like about this game. The cast is amazing. The voice acting is fantastic. The production values are very, very good. The story is intriguing. And it could have just been a simple third-person perspective shooter and still been good enough. But the gameplay is elevated above that with the addition of the superpowers that you've basically developed as a result of being exposed to that botched temporal experiment in the physics lab at the beginning of the game. You can slow time down, you can speed time up, you can freeze it, you can rewind it. There's all kinds of cool shit that you can do with time in Quantum Break. And this messing around with time adds a lot of elements that you can play with to incorporate some fiendish physics-based puzzles, and also mess around with the combat. Now, this isn't the first time that the developers of Quantum Break, Remedy, have done something like this. Their first big success was Max Payne, which spawned a number of sequels, but the first one was remarkable in that it was the first computer game that explored the concept of bullet time, being able to slow down and stop time to dodge bullets and to place your own shots with much, much greater accuracy. Now, it was obviously ripped off shamelessly from the first Matrix movie, which came out just before Max Payne did. But they did a very good job of it in Max Payne, and what Remedy have done here in Quantum Break is take that concept and just go completely wild with it. You can speed time up to dodge bullets, you can freeze time to pin your enemies in place, pump a load of bullets into them, and then watch all of the bullets hit them at the same time when time speeds up again. There's all kinds of ways that they use the whole concept of messing around with time to add elements to the gameplay that you just wouldn't really be able to have in a conventional third-person shooter. Although I think the most remarkable thing about Quantum Break is that it's been around for a year and a half. It's obviously had a shit ton of money spent on it. And I'd never heard of it. It completely passed me by, both the game and the TV miniseries. I had no idea either of them even existed until quite by accident it just popped up a couple of days ago in my Steam discovery queue. But I'm very glad it did, because I have been having some fun playing this. And I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you have a great weekend, and as always, take care. I'll catch you next time.